This is Dr. Candace Johnson, and I am working with you now to help you set SMART goals for increasing your physical activities or any other health behaviors that you desire to change. So, this particular presentation is meant to be used along with the goal setting worksheet. If you don't know what this is, you might want to check your email. We are sending out the goal setting worksheets for you to use, and they're coming from the REDCap surveys. So let's get started. So when you get that worksheet by email through the REDCap surveys, you're going to have an opportunity to have one way to set new goals. Two other ways will be to share your goals on the YouTube comment section underneath each of the videos as they come up, and use those opportunities to share your goals, but also to encourage other people who are sharing their goals. So I would like for you to try at least two of these three ways of setting goals so that you can be held accountable. The other third way is a very good way to keep up with tracking your goals, and that is using the Fitbit device to set a goal. You can only set one goal at a time, but if you happen to set a goal for physical activity or increasing your physical activity by the number of steps that you take, the Fitbit can help you keep track of that. So, when I say SMART goals, what am I talking about? SMART. I am talking about an acronym that spells out the word SMART to help you remember what you should think about when you're setting your goals. So the first letter in the acronym is S, and S stands for specific. When you set your goals, you want to be specific about exactly what it is you want to do, okay? Because a goal for walking more is going to be different than a goal for reducing your calories. So it's important that you're very specific so that you can have a way to later on see if your specific goal was reached. The goal also has to be measurable. M stands for measurable. Measurable means that you set a goal that you can actually track or chart or measure. Okay, so it's not enough to say, oh, I want to do something good with my health this year. You want to say something like, I want to, if I'm specific, then I'll say, I want to walk. And when I say measure or make it measurable, then I want to say I would like to walk 1 mile. Okay, so that's just an example. Achievable. Now, is it an achievable thing or a realistic thing for me to think that I can actually walk 1 mile? Then that's a question I have to ask myself, because I don't want to set a goal that I am making it very difficult for me to actually follow through with. So I think to myself, yeah, I've walked a mile before. I've experienced what it's like to walk 1 mile. So I think that's a goal that is considered achievable. R is much like achievable. I think of realistic because more than anything, we want to drive the point home that you should go for a goal that you can actually reach. Okay, so think of words like achievable, realistic, reachable when you think of those words in the SMART goals acronym. So again, realistic. It may be unrealistic for me to believe that I can actually walk that mile in 2 minutes. Okay, but it may be more realistic and achievable for me to say that I'm going to set the specific goal of walking at the measurable length of 1 mile, and I'm going to set the achievable duration of um, walking that in an amount of time that's realistic. All right, so that's where the T comes from. T stands for time dependent. So, do you get where I'm going here? I want to set a goal that is specific. I want to set that goal to be something I can measure. I want to make it so that I think about the goal and I make sure it's something I can achieve and that it's realistic. And then I want to use time somehow to mark the goal. I want to say that I would like to do XYZ goal in XYZ amount of time. Okay, so that makes up the SMART acronym. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time dependent. So, this is an example of just a regular old goal. I want to be a healthier person. However, this is the example of a SMART goal. By January 1st, 2016, I will walk for 20 minutes, 4 days per week. So we have everything we need in that goal. We have the specifics, walk, we have measurable, 20 minutes, we have achievable. That's only something you can answer, and that's only something you will know. Realistic. I think it's pretty realistic for a person to be able to walk 20 minutes 4 days per week. And realistic often is something that you can use to benchmark your progress or your success along with other people. So if it's realistic for someone else, it may be possibly realistic for you if you're in a similar scenario. Okay? And time dependent, 20 minutes, 4 days a week. Both of those relate to time, but you also have by January the 1st, 2016, which means dependent on that date, you're going to set that goal and it's going to help you frame the time frame on there. Okay, so another goal is listed right below. By January the 15th, 2016, that's the time, I will recheck my goals and make changes as needed. So part of the goal in our latest research on how to set goals says that we should also add in the ER, which is evaluation, and then repeat those goals. So a smarter goal would have that you would recheck and make changes. All right, the SMART goal format looks a little bit like this. If you want to just write out a template and fill in the blanks for those of you who need a little bit of extra boost with setting your goals. And here is how we would set it up here. By blank, so that's where you insert the time. I will blank, and you will put in there something specific. All right. For that blank there stands for the duration or the measurable amount that you're going to do. All right. And then after that, for blank days per week, and that refers also to how you're going to measure it. Okay. And then you're going to add in that evaluation piece and so that you can repeat your goals. And then you're going to set by blank a date. All right, that could be 2 weeks later, a week later, 3 days later. I will recheck my goals and make changes as needed. Okay, and that very last bullet refers to a very important thing about setting SMART goals. You want to make sure that you are rewarding yourself for meeting your goals because that's what this is all about. You're tracking and you're setting these goals so that you can keep up with your health and keep up with your behaviors, and then later on say, add a boy, add a girl, good job for doing what you did, good job for meeting your goals, and then you reward yourself. Don't wait for someone else to reward you. Think of a goal ahead of time that you're going to, or think of a reward ahead of time that you're going to give yourself for meeting your goals. It could be a new dress for bringing your waistline down a certain amount of inches. You can reward yourself with a new skirt or a new dress. It could be enjoying that movie that you wanted to see that you were kind of holding off on doing because you were waiting for a good reason, or something like that, something that you can truly enjoy. All right, so these are just some quick reminders. Don't forget to reward yourself. Also, give yourself a backup plan, okay? So if in case you're not able to reach your goals, you want to maybe reset those goals and bring them back to something that's a little bit more reasonable. Don't hold yourself accountable for something that may not be doable. So give yourself that backup plan. Also, get someone else in there to help you be accountable to yourself and help you be accountable to your goals. You may get your son or your daughter or a friend of yours from work or perhaps a sister or a family member who's going through the same thing that you are. Get someone that can help check you on your goals. I guarantee you it helps to make a difference. And remember the Be Smarter or the Be Smart acronym. The little ER stands for evaluate and revise or recheck or repeat. All right. So remember that when we're setting our goals in YouTube, that we are going to share them with one another. All right, we want to share at least the short-term goals with one another. And when we do that, you're just going to write down things that you want to change, okay? Basic broad goals. And then you're going to also write in some of the barriers to completing those goals. So when you go to YouTube today, I want you to write down your goal after you've thought about that goal statement and you've written that statement down. And then I want you to, underneath that, write down some of the historical barriers, the barriers that you've had in the past in reaching those goals. If you had some barriers that kept you from doing it, it will help you to write it down, take a look at it, and be realistic about what it's going to take to actually try to reach these goals this time around. All right. I also want you to write down some of the benefits, some of the good things that can happen if you are able to reach those goals. Now, the benefits could include looking better, feeling better, having a lower blood pressure, having a better report when you go to the physician the next time. Whatever your benefits are, I want you to list them down, right? So that we have an opportunity to list the benefits and the barriers and see which are greater, see what we have to overcome to actually reach our goals. Now, this might take a while, so don't rush this process, okay? It may take a couple of days for you to think about realistic goals. And it's not like New Year's resolutions. It's actually like setting real goals that you can actually accomplish. And unlike a resolution, you're going to come back and you're going to check on those goals regularly and you're going to see if you're actually meeting them. All right. Share your successes with us. We are very interested in seeing how you set your goals, if you set your goals realistically, and if you're able to reach them. All right, so each week it would be nice if you can let us know if you accomplished your goal for the week. All right, so you're going to set 6 goals in this study, one each week. All right, and the idea is that we're teaching you how to, or we're examining or watching or exposing you to ways to learn how to set a goal, but also to follow up on a goal. So each week, I would like for you to come to YouTube and post a goal statement for the week. And then you want to also look at other people's goals and see how they're doing and encourage them. Post a statement for them as well that says, "Good girl, way to go. Congratulations on meeting your goal." Statements like that. All right. Let us know if you accomplished yours. All right. And share with us some of the challenges that you had to overcome in order to reach your goal. Perhaps you had to overcome getting up early in the morning before your children get up in the morning, or your grandchildren. Or perhaps you had to overcome the goal of actually having your clothes all set and ready for you to do some physical activity. Perhaps you had to overcome hair and hairstyle barriers. Whatever those challenges were, please share them with us so that we can think about them and possibly think of ways to help each other with meeting our challenges, but also congratulate each other when we can overcome challenges. All right, so you get the picture, you get the idea of where I'm going for. That each week I want you to set a new goal. I also want you to set a reward for your goal, and one of your rewards is going to be receiving support from your fellow sisters who are going through this with you and trying to increase their healthy behaviors. All right, so in Fitbit, there is a way to set and track one goal. I mentioned this before. You can either track how many calories you burn, you can track the distance you travel in one day, or you can track the numbers of steps you take. Okay, so if you go into the Fitbit under the account setting, it has a way to change those steps that you take, the distance that you walk, or the calories that you burn. Okay. Or you can also track the number of active minutes that you have, okay? And that's the type of thing you will have to log into your activity log. Or how many floors you climb, because perhaps you work where there are a lot of stairs and you want to get credit for climbing the stairs more often. All right, so all of those are ways to set goals in Fitbit. You do have to go into your app and reset those goals if you have not already. Also in Fitbit, we have the ability to track our own health behaviors, particularly activity, nutrition, and sleep. So when we are tracking, we want to make sure that you actually go into the app, go into your account setting, and set your goals so that you can know how they are set, whether they're set at the high end or low end, so you can make sure you meet them. Okay, so it is important to go in there in the under the account setting and set those goals. But then you also have to enter into the Fitbit any activity that you do that is not naturally being logged with the Fitbit um, with the activity monitor. So in other words, if you were to do 20 minutes of yoga, then you need to go into the activity log and track that. Okay, so that you can keep up with your goals and get credit for all that you do. All right, so to wrap up, I would just say don't forget to be smart when you set your goals. Be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and remember to be time contingent. So, congratulations for being in the yogic dance study. Thank you for your participation. And I want you to go out there and set your SMART goals and share them with everybody in the study on the YouTube comment section. And if you have any questions, please contact the study team.